Hello, and welcome to Estimating Quotients. This is Chapter 9, Lesson 4 from the Nelson Math Focus textbook. I'm Mr. Burko, and this is your Mathcast for today. Now, it's important to get some terminology out of the way. A quotient is the number that you get when you divide two numbers. So we have other words that describe similar type of results. We have product and sum. Product for multiplication, sum for addition. The estimation of quotients is what we're talking about today, so we're talking about dividing numbers. And our goal is to estimate quotients when dividing decimal numbers by one-digit numbers. And remember, we're estimating, so don't grab a calculator. We're going to be able to do everything today in our heads. And we're going to learn how to divide soil into buckets. Just like Calvin, who wants to divide kilograms of soil or an ant compost into containers, into 3 different containers. He's got 8.6 kilograms of soil, and he's going to divide it into 3 different pails. And, 8.6 is difficult to do in your head to divide by 3, but 9 isn't so bad. So what Calvin decides to do is he rounds up to 9 kilograms, and he divides 9 by 3, and that gives him 3. So what he knows then is that about 3 kilograms of soil will go into each pail. Now, he rounded up, so it's going to be slightly less than 3, but it's close enough, and he doesn't have to go in to get the calculator. Then he wants to divide compost. Now, we're just going to create a little story here. Let's suppose that he wanted to find bags, and his mom said, well, we have those Halloween bags from Halloween. Well, these are leftover Halloween bags, and they're recycling. So here's 2.5 kilograms of compost. We got to divide into 3 different bags. And each bag is going to have less than 1 kilogram of compost. How does he know that? Well, 2.5 is almost 3. So you won't be able to put 1 kilogram in each, but you'll get close. What he's going to do is he's going to turn 2.5 into 24 tenths. Now that might seem like an unusual way to do it, but let's talk about why he's doing this. 2.5 can also be thought of as 25 tenths, because that's an improper fraction, and 2.5 is 2 wholes and half of a whole, right? Okay, so we've got 25, and how I got 25 was I did 10, which is a whole, 10, which is another whole, and 5, which is that half. Now, the only problem is 25 doesn't divide very easily by 3, but 24 does. And 24 tenths isn't really that far away from 25 tenths. So we're going to take one number away and we're going to make it 24 tenths. And then he's going to divide that into 3 different bags. So what I want you to do now is I want you to convert 4.4 into an improper fraction. And then I want you to estimate what 4.4 divided by 6 would be. Alright, so why don't you give that a shot? Remember what we did. We took the wholes and then we took that fraction part. You might need to change 4.4 into another number that's easier to divide by 6. Pause the presentation and give it a shot. Welcome back. Let's see if you got that answer right. 4.4 converted into an improper fraction is close to 4.2. And we'll tell you why we chose 4.2. Hopefully you got 4.2 or a similar number. 4.2 is like 4 wholes, or 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and 2 tenths. So 0.2 is 2 tenths, so 2. So that gives us 42 over 10, or 42 tenths. Now I chose 42 because it divides really nicely by 6. It divides into 7 tenths. If you divide 42 divided by 10 into 6 equal parts, it's 7 tenths, because 42 divided by 6 equals 7. This can also be represented as 0.7. Alright, I want you to do this one. This one's actually easier. Convert 3.5 into an improper fraction, then estimate 3.5 divided by 7. Pause the presentation, do it. Alright, quickly, just to see if we got the right answer, 3.5 is the same as 35 tenths. 35 tenths divided by 7 is the same as 35 divided by 7, in other words, 5 tenths. And so 5 tenths can also be represented as 0.5. And that's your answer. Well, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next lesson.